Can you tell I'm taking these out of my ass? Hello, my name is Goon, and recently I've noticed a trend on Twitch. Somehow, the most vain people on the internet found a way to be even more up their own asses and have started ranking each other. And since I had already ranked them on how well I'd beat their ass and then proceeded to prove so, I decided that it was finally time to answer those hard-hitting questions that everyone has been asking from the perspective of an insider such as myself. It got a little controversial at times, but remember, these are all objective truths, and I will be taking no criticism. Enjoy the video. So for our first tier list, which of these would survive a gorilla attack if they had a sword? I'm gonna rank them based on the categories of gorilla stood no chance and they beat the gorilla, very injured but victorious, they still beat them, they probably both die, could maybe get a stab or two in, and no mega wall. They would not win. Spoiler alert for this this tier list. I think most of these people are going to die against a gorilla. Moist Critical. He's a pretty well-built guy, and he's small. I feel like smaller people are going to have the best opportunity against the gorilla. Honestly, I think it's right here. Hassan is one of the few people on this list who I think not only could beat the gorilla, but he could beat it pretty well if he had the sword. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think this might be an impossible task, honestly. I really don't know if anyone could do this. Ninja. Ninja's kind of old now. He's kind of shriveling up if you've seen pictures of him recently. I think he'd probably go down. This is the same as stuff that I said when I did the tier list of me fighting the YouTubers and the streamers, except now it's a gorilla. Ted Nivison? He is the milkman. He'd have strong bones. It'd be hard to break his bones. That's a 50-52. Tyler 1? I would pay money to see Tyler 1 fight a gorilla. I think this would be another 50-50 with the gorilla. Hot take. Slime is 50-50 with a gorilla. Slime is a man who knows about monkeys. He knows monkeys. Tim the Tap Man? He could maybe make it out of this alive. And me, I'd get a stab or two in. I like to think that I would probably get at least one chop into that gorilla before it tears me limb from limb like in SpongeBob. So here it is. Would streamers survive a gorilla if they had a sword? Tier list. Great tier list. How streamers would position their toilet paper tier list. Would they roll it from the front? Would they roll it from behind? Do they not even put it on the little roller they're supposed to put it on? Or do they think they're hot shit because they use a bidet? I'll put myself, actually, this is one where I'll do myself first. This is the right way to do it. Roll it from the front. I don't want to have to reach behind the toilet paper to grab the toilet paper. I don't want to have to do that. That sucks. What if I have shit on my hands, dude? And I'm touching the whole fucking roll with my shitty fucking grubby hands. Hassan is a guy who uses a bidet. He talks about the 1%, but he'll use a bidet. That's something those commies don't want to admit. Only the 1% use bidets, and he is using a bidet. Tommy in it. He's British. British people are just backwards in general. Let's be real with ourselves here. Ted Nivison, though, I don't know, man. I don't know. He comes from Massachusetts. He probably calls water fountain bubblers. He probably does it wrong. Jerma uses a bidet. I hate to say it. He's got it, right? He seems like the type of guy you'd never think. But just look at that face. That is the face of a man with a water-cleaned asshole. Ludwig. Ludwig thinks he is the hottest thing since sliced bread, since he found water that shoots up your ass. He thinks he is the hottest shit. In fact, I'm putting him front of the line for thinking he's hot shit. It's just the hard-hitting questions on the All Hail Goon stream, frankly. How streamers would position their toilet paper tier list is a pretty good one. Oh, and would you look at that? It looks like it's already filled out for us. That's insane. This, of course, is streamers who would get offended by tier lists. It looks like almost everyone is in the tier of it's literally just a fucking tier list, and you shouldn't get mad about it. The three up top, offended and farm drama, would be Hassan, XQC, and me, of course. If you put me anywhere but S in any tier list, you are dead to me, and I will do heinous activities. This is wholesome. This is wholesome content here. Which streamer would take me on the best first date? Seer, I think Seer is just he's a suave man. He'd bring you to a candlelit dinner. He'd charm you up. He'd bring you flowers. That'd be an S tier date. Hassan, I mean, come on. Come on now. Is it really even a question how good a first date with Hassan would be? It'd probably be the only date, but it's probably all you need. Swagger Souls, we'd probably honestly We'd probably just get high. It'd be cool. It wouldn't be too fun. Tommy in it is a child. I'm not gonna rate him. The Doc, I'll put the Doc D tier, honestly. I'd be too intimidated. Jerma S tier date. Ludwig D tier. Jay Schlatt, probably take you out to the range, shoot some guns. Hell, that's even S tier. I'd put him S tier for that one. Mango, probably get drunk somewhere. S tier. Maya, bring me to see birds. S tier. Minx would scare me. C tier. Rich Campbell must be doing something right. He's dating Mia Malkova. A tier. And finally, if I were dating myself, easy S tier. I would love to go on a date with myself. I'm the perfect guy. I'm just the perfect guy when you really come down to it. Who would take me on the best first date? This one might get controversial. This is probably gonna be my most controversial one of the night, if I'm being honest. What part of the Big Mac would each streamer be? Tier list. This is gonna ruffle some feathers, man. I'm not gonna lie. Who dat is probably the outer buns, keeping it all together. Same with Sneaks. Can you tell I'm taking these out of my ass? Tomato's even the special sauce. I'll put him onto the special sauce. Despite being a condiment, he is the furthest thing from the lettuce. I'll tell you what. Mango cheese, because his profile picture looks like cheese. Ludwig's the meat. You've seen that ass. Come on, we've all seen it. He's got the dump truck. He'd be the meat. Charlie Slimesicle, I'll put him in the cheese. Too many puns to not be the cheese, honestly. Nathan Stands, inner bun. And I'm moving Atrioc up to the meat. A proud promotion. A proud promotion. Austin Show, that's meat. That's meat for sure. There's no joke to be made there. Amaranth, the meat. No jokes to be made there either. And me, of course. That special little sauce that makes it the Big Mac, baby. Which part of the Big Mac would each streamer be? I know everyone's been asking me for a long time my opinions on this tier list in specific, so I think that this is a pretty good one. Here's a good one we can do. The most hardcore drug a streamer would do tier list. If you don't know what Jankum is, don't look it up. Just don't do it. You don't gotta. All right, we'll start bottom up this time. Will Neff, if it was funny enough, he would do crack. He seems like the type of guy who would definitely do it if it was going to be on stream and it was legal. More interesting proposition here. Should the tier list be if they were offered money for money or if it would be funny enough? Trainwrecks would do heroin or meth. Trainwrecks would definitely do heroin or meth if it was funny enough. You know what? I'm gonna get this out of the way right now. Slime would do Jankum. Tim the Tat Man. He seems like he'd do some hardcore shit, but I feel like he wouldn't. I feel like he's the type of guy that looks really tough, bald head, tattoos, big muscles, but he'd call caffeine a drug. Shroud, if we know one thing about Shroud, it's that he's cracked. Everyone says he's cracked. He would do crack because that's how you get cracked. Everyone knows that. Prezzo would do Jankum if it was funny enough. I'm surprised he's not huffing that shit before he makes every tweet that he does. Miskiff, if Miskiff was on national news and he saw a needle sitting on the desk right in front of him, I think he might do it just then because it would be funny enough. Ludwig would only smoke weed. He's a little baby back bitch boy who only does weed. Tyler 1, heroin, meth, certainly. That's probably the only way he gets through all of his League of Legends streams. Wilbur Soot, he is either calling caffeine a drug or cocaine. I feel like he's the kind of guy to keep this kind of attitude online, but in the real world, do a line off a stripper's ass. Ninja looks like he's been doing crack. The coffee cow himself, you know he's sticking to caffeine, baby. That's the coffee cow down there. Amaranth? Now this is an interesting one. She can make an OnlyFans event out of that, dude. Doing cocaine off of her own ass? Do you know how many views that would fucking get? That'd be insane. So that's it. Most hardcore drug a streamer would do for money / if it was funny enough. Now for our new tier list. What streamers would do in a zombie apocalypse tier list? Trainwrecks definitely gets bit and doesn't tell a soul. Look at that face, man. He looks like he's already turning. He looks like he's turning in his profile picture. You think if he got bit, anyone would even know? Jay Schlatt, rugged leader of a group. He's already the leader of a company. He's already loaded, and I don't just mean with money. Nadeshot seems like the guy who wants to be the leader, but would get bit and not tell anyone. He's like the guy through the whole zombie movie that you know is like kind of the bad guy. He's the bad guy who isn't the zombies, and then he gets bit, and then he's like, oh shit, I can't tell my friends or they'll think I can't be leader. That is Nadeshot. I've never watched Nate Shot. Maya has bird defenders to protect her. I think she would probably just straight up join a group. I think she'd be cool. She'd be the cool side character that's got like a hawk that like scouts out the area that she can talk to for some reason. Ludwig would get bit and not tell anyone. He would think it's not that bad. He'd get a scratch and he'd be like, it's okay, guys. I'm still Ludwig. It's still me. That's what he'd say. That's exactly what he'd say in that situation. Germa would fucking die immediately. I'm not going to beat around the bush with Germa. Tyler 1 is the kind of guy that you think is going to be the bad guy the whole movie, but really redeems himself at the end. The doc is a leader. Come on now. I can just see him as a scared group of survivors at the bottom of burning tower of tires that's there for some reason. They just barely made it out. Their buddy fucking Northern Lion just sacrificed himself for the group. And now they have no idea where to go. And then over that hill of burning tires steps fucking 6'5", mustachioed, mulleted, blood-covered Doc. And he is the new leader. It's like in the Spy Kids movie where the fucking guy walks up. You know the guy. Everyone remember the guy. Everyone remembers the guy. He walks into the room and he's like, I'm the guy. But he immediately dies. So maybe it's not just like that. Ted Nivison. Oh, Ted Nivison is anarchy mode, man. This laugh on him. That fucking smile. That is the last thing a group of survivors sees. He's got the baseball bat, his carton of milk, covered in blood, having the time of his life. He could be a leader. He doesn't want to be a leader. Maybe he is a leader, only to lead all others to their death. Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye would give his life. Saikuno, though, this might be a hot take. This might be a hot take for all you Saikuno viewers. He'd get bit. He's just the nervous guy. He's a quiet guy. He's sitting in the corner. You know, he's like this. I can't tell my friends. I just got bit by a fucking zombie. This is just me being real. These are just objective facts, frankly. Ninja would get bit and not tell anyone. Ninja already looks like he has been bit by a zombie and has not told anyone yet. Emiru, I think she'd be in the bunker. She could probably cosplay as a zombie and like walk outside, and they'd never know. The zombies wouldn't know that she's normal. Markiplier, he's the one holding the bridge with the bombs as the car full of survivors drives away, and he blows up the bridge and all the zombies on him so they can't cross the river. Connor Eats Pants. Come on, baby. Rugged leader, Connor Eats Pants. We all know it. He doesn't seem it, but deep down in our hearts, we know. We know who would lead us out of that zombie apocalypse. Charlie, on the other hand, Charlie could lead a powerful dildo-themed zombie insurrection. Amaranth, hot take, rugged leader of a group. She's like one of those weird posters that like a shitty metal band would have, where it's like the bikinied woman on a horse with a machine gun riding through a zombie apocalypse on like a pile of skulls. That's her. I, of course, would get bit and not tell anyone. They are not kicking me out of the group. Fuck that, baby. I'll be fine. I'm built different. I could get bit. I won't change. What streamers would do in a zombie apocalypse. I know all of these people personally, so this is entirely based off of their personalities and me knowing them, talking to them, of course. This right here, here's a good one. This is a pretty important one. Probably the most important, I'd say. Which streamers would subscribe to All Hail Goon? Wow, and it's already filled out for us, chat. Can you believe it? And oh my, would you look at that? Everyone would definitely. I reached out to all of them personally. I reached out to all of them and every single one of them said I definitely would. I'm just busy today. I can't do it today. That's what they all said to me, you know? There must have been some sort of streamer con where none of them could have subscribed to me. But I'm sure they will, of course. They of course will.